Thanks so much for your interest in the 6th annual Landscape Industry Peer Benchmark Report. We've been doing this report for a while now here at the Herring Group, and we're excited that you might want to get involved. Because in order to grow your business, you need to know your score. You need to know where you stand. In just a moment, I will show you our report, but first, I want to explain why we do this report and why it's important for your business. I'm a numbers guy at heart. Seeing the income statement at the end of the month is like opening a gift at Christmas. You wonder what's there. You wonder whether it'll be something you expected or a surprise. And you wonder whether you'll like it. After all, you and your team have worked hard and you hope it'll be good. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. But even for business owners who have great results on paper, there's often a seed of doubt, a curiosity, a question. How good can my profitability really be? How much better could we do? What is the real potential for growth here? If you're anything like me, you wonder how your results compare with others. In the landscape industry, you may feel like your company is performing great, but proof would make your success that much sweeter. Or you might suspect that the company's performance is lagging, but you're not sure why. You're not sure where. Perhaps you may have heard numbers from industry experts and wonder how realistic those numbers are for your situation. You might be thinking, am I really comparing apples to apples here? Finally, I hear this one a lot. You're happy with your company's performance, sure, but you can't imagine how other owners find time and space to do things they want to do. Is there some kind of an explanation in their numbers? How do they do it? What does their path look like? How are they doing it all? As business owners, we live in a highly competitive world. We need to know the answers to these questions if we want to survive and thrive. And if what I'm describing resonates, I may have just what you're looking for. I've designed a report just for the landscape industry that's designed to answer all these questions and more. My name is Greg Herring. I look at numbers and they tell me a story. This perspective comes from both how I'm designed and from my years of experience as a Chief Financial Officer, or CFO. I've also got experience as a Chief Operating Officer, a COO. So that means I focus on actions that produce results that change the story. Put another way, thanks to my experience, I'm able to produce reports that translate into action. One of those key reports is the Peer Benchmark Report for the landscape industry. For more than 20 years, benchmarking has helped me optimize profitability for companies in all types of industries, including landscaping. When properly constructed and used, benchmark reports are extremely powerful. So let's get back to you. There's no reason for you to settle for second-guessing your company's performance or wondering if other guys have some kind of secret sauce that you're missing. It creates turmoil in your head, and a lot of the time, turmoil in the owner's head leads to conflict with your managers and crew leaders. Ever wonder whether you can do better? Or what level of profits are realistic? Your team is telling you they are doing the best they can. But are they? And what if you're feeling pricing pressure from your customers or competitors? Like I said, these questions just create turmoil, which is not necessary. Your hard work, your team's hard work, you deserve to have confidence. Now let's talk about some of the other landscape benchmark reports that you might have seen. You know the ones where they give you long, complicated forms to complete, and when you see the results, they just show simple averages without any context to the mix of services or size of the company. You have to wonder whether everyone makes the same assumptions as you did about where to put their numbers. Because if they don't, then the numbers are meaningless. I've been a user of these reports, and I know what works and what doesn't. I know how to move from just interesting data to real, actionable data. This is why, with our report, there's only one step for you to complete. You just upload your previous year's income statement and balance sheet from your accounting software to our secure server, and you're all set. No forms, no complications, no wondering if you did it right.
Once you upload your files, my team and I get to work. Here are just a few companies from the last report.
First, you notice that the companies are anonymous to keep the data confidential. The companies are arranged from largest to smallest. Last time we had companies from 1 million to 25 million participate. All major expenses get converted to percentages of total revenue. The change makes it easy for you to compare results across all companies. Each company occupies a column so that you can see each company's results from revenue to the bottom line. You can see how each company's major expenses compare with yours. At the Herring Group, we have finance and accounting experts. We take every company's revenue and expenses and make consistent classifications so that you can compare the results with confidence. In the actual report, you'll see the relative sizes of the companies in terms of revenue. You can compare your results with companies larger than you. Now, we also give you a summary stats and revenue mix comparison. These statistics also help tell the story of how a company is performing. We do a live webinar every year to review the report findings with those who participated. During the webinar, we explain how to think about each of these statistics. We will also take your questions. You can even tune into the webinar or share the replay with a few of your team members to get the conversation started on how you'll improve performance going forward. We make this report simple and actionable. The revenue mix on this page is also important because it allows you to focus on the companies that are most comparable to your company. In fact, we also give you the report in a spreadsheet form so that you can delete the companies that are not comparable to your company. As you delete companies, the spreadsheet formulas recalculate the columns that contain the best, average, and worst statistics for just the companies that remain. It's slick and actionable. My experience tells me that landscape companies should have net income equal to 10% or more of revenue. And this is after all expenses, including owner pay, depreciation, everything. And because I've been preparing an annual peer benchmark report for the landscape industry for years, I can tell you that most companies make less than half that amount. That is a sad and unnecessary story. My passion is helping business owners increase their profit margin and their life margin. The increased profit margin is good for the company and its people. The greater life margin is good for the owner, his family, his business, and his employees. This report is an important first step to creating that margin, because to grow, you need to know.